got One Piece.
One Piece. It's close enough. It's the Cuban straw hat. I don't have a straw hat. So I was just gonna... Hey. Hey guys, welcome to our review of One Piece live action on Netflix. We watched it all. It's like 8 hours, 7 hours. And everybody was worried because Netflix sucks with live action adaptations. They're pretty good with animation. Castlevania.
The first Witcher.
Mwah, yeah. There's even the Witcher animation. Mwah. But when they get into live actions, Death Note,
Full Metal, I think.
Yeah, and then Cowboy Bebop. So there was huge concerns, and I honestly thought this thing was going to be terrible. I saw clips of like the rubberine man and the thing, and the behaviors. I was like, this this isn't going to be good. Well, I saw it. I think episode 1. Hell, the first episode turned my opinion around. The first episode, the second episode, the third episode, I am fully invested in these characters, and I like it. I like it a lot. I'm so surprised. I am happy. And I think that really is a testament to how good the source material is. The characters are so interesting. The rapport between them, the situations that they get in, what's already written, and they don't get too far away from. Now they do make some changes because when you're adapting 1,000 episodes, you're gonna have to try to condense some of it. So they have multiple arcs here, and they condense some. They remove some filler. They leave out some characters, some side characters. And you know what? Almost every single decision that they decided to stray from the source material is a good one, but yet still have the heart of the source material in there. So I think that it's a testament to how strong and how awesome One Piece is. And frankly, after watching all these episodes, now more than ever do I want to actually try to watch One Piece. I know I don't have the time for it. I literally do not have the time for it.
I felt the same way.
I'm like, I want to see this shit. What happens next?
next?
Not only what happens next, but what's even more exciting is there's one thing that this show that cannot do. You cannot do the fights as good as you can with animation, like the craziness of them. But I do like seeing the fights in a live action in different ways because they have to be creative on toning them down, but yet amping them up. And so I want to see the next episode. I want to see the next villain. I want to see the next devil fruit. And that's what One Piece is all about. What devil fruits are out there? There's a wonderful wide world of adventure. You get all that here. You didn't really get it from Cowboy Bebop and all these other live actions. This nails the heart of this series, and I think it's because the actual creator advised on it. They asked permission for a lot of this stuff. There's like electricity. I'm like, what is that? But even that, they asked the creator, can I do this? And he said, I never really thought about that. Okay, well, yeah, we'll save Oyo power or Oreo power. There's a different thing that they're saving. He's like, yeah, go ahead. And so you can have it's like I was like, that reminded me too much of Cowboy Bebop. I don't like seeing like the electricity and the hot neon signs, but great live action adaptation of some great characters, and I think everybody nails their role. I like some characters more than others. We'll talk about which ones I think are awesome. And in some aspects, better. I wouldn't say better because you can have 1,000 episodes to develop. So the anime I think is going to be better, but that nail their characters, and some not so much. So, what did you guys think?
I thought this was a great. This was great. I try to watch every one. I wanted to continue. It was like I gotta go to sleep. I didn't want to. I wanted to continue.
I fucked myself up.
Yeah,
I was like till like 5 or 6
up.
in the morning, and that's why my look on like bags under my eyes. That's probably why they threw us out of that liquor store. So you're slurring your words and your eyes are red.
I'm tired. I was watching One Piece.
It's not because I'm drunk trying to buy liquor. It's because I stayed up until 6 in the morning. But they're like, "Sir, you have to leave."
No, I love the set pieces, the design, and everything. Just the action. It's fucking, I can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
This is like after watching it, it's like I want to watch more.
Yeah.
And I was tempted to start,
man.
but again, it's like it's too much. It's too much One Piece.
No, there's too much One Piece. There's a lot of filler episodes. You know, I think it was Jeff that told us how to watch it. There's like an abridged One Piece or something that cuts out all the filler. Maybe we can do that, Joe. Leave it in the comments. I don't remember what it was. What did you think, Alex?
Yeah, it's good stuff. I was really surprised because I didn't like the stills. I don't like Netflix when they do any of this stuff. Because
the stills don't look good.
They honestly they didn't, and like rewatching some of the stuff, and it's just like, no, I still kind of agree that some of the stuff is weird out of context, but like within the context of the show, I think they did a really good job. They rushed through a lot. I know you have to. Like, I know you have to, but you can't help but be a little disappointed. You're like, how dare you cut out that scene? That's the best part of this chapter.
You watch One Piece?
I've read 500 chapters. Okay. So I'm like almost halfway there.
I don't know how he finds the time.
They're short. They're so short.
I think like I was looking at like some of the episodes like 20 minutes.
And each episode is multiple chapters.
A few episodes.
Yeah. So each episode is multiple chapters. So it's not 1,000 episodes. It's you can get through a lot of it. But I think they did a really good job with a lot of the characters, and people were worried. It's like, how do you do a show that kind of has the horny dial turned up a little bit? Like, how do you do it? And I think they did the best possible thing where
I wanted more horniness. I wanted more horniness because I think that's so funny between. Go ahead.
Yeah, so they toned some of that down to a point where it's just like these feel like characters that even someone who doesn't even know anything about One Piece can watch it, and I think they can enjoy it.
Yeah. Wow.
We all loved it.
So I think this is a glowing recommendation. I think most of you out there who are One Piece fans have already seen it by now. It takes forever to get through, but I think there are some out there that are like, I don't know, do I do this time investment? It's worth the full season time investment. Look at it as, hey, I don't have to watch 1,000 episodes. I can just watch this. Sneakily, we're fucking you up, though, because you're going to want to watch more. And I hope that they do more. I hope that this is successful enough. Guys, reportedly, these episodes cost $18 million an episode. That's like that's almost double what a Game of Thrones episode costs. So
that's so much less than Secret Wars, though. So much less. So
what are they doing Secret Wars?
Wait, how much was it each episode on Secret Wars? It's about that.
It was like $200 million to make Secret Wars for 6 episodes.
Yeah, what is that on the math?
Like
too goddamn much.
Yeah, like 30. I think it was 3 episodes. It was like $30 million an episode. It was something insane.
What the fuck were they doing?
They had to refilm everything.
What the fuck are they doing?
Rewrite.
Yeah, I want there to be a season 2. I desperately want it. So what I'm asking you guys to do is to go out and watch it. And if you don't want to watch it, just leave it on in the background, okay? I want to give them that view. Just put it on in the background. We desperately want to see a season 2. But Joe, just watch the anime. There's your season 2. You're right. You're right, and the anime is fucking amazing, and I think I am becoming I have never been a One Piece fan. I never wanted to be a One Piece fan. I'm a Dragon Ball man, through and through, boy.
Tell me about that live action.
Remember that movie? I don't think that shit works in live action. I don't think it ever will work in live action.
That's bad.
How dare you bring that up? But you know what's so funny is stills from this TV series look bad.
They do.
But when you watch it in live action and for an extended period of time, you immerse yourself. Yeah. There's an immersion. And all these ridiculous looking things become normalized and it works. So, yes, Oda himself served as a major creative consultant for the series, and it shows there's a lot of great things. So go watch it. We really enjoy it. I'm going to give you an overall. Let's do a overall series rating before we go into the episode breakdown. And honestly, I watched this a long time ago. I've been waiting for these two to catch up, so I may forget a lot of the details. I pulled up Wiki to help me out. So let's go with a final verdict on season 1.
You go first, because I know you've
we don't know. It's just series. Series 1. We don't know if they're.
This has to get a second. I mean, if they're going on,
It depends on how well it does.
Netflix says #1, but Netflix always says
they lie. Man, I'm trying. I see, like, even the creator is like, hey, do not freak out about the stuff you don't see. Focus on the stuff you did see. But there's stuff it's like, I wanted to see that. I wanted to see that. But I still think this is super excellent. I'm probably forgetting something. This got to be the best live action adaptation of an anime that I've seen. Can you guys think of something that's better than this? Because I like off the top of my head, I can't think of one. And so
it's not a very good film, but I think it's good enough. Guyver, live action Guyver, Guyver 1 and 2. But no, I think this is better. I think. Yeah, because we're not talking about live action video game. We're not talking about live action movie. We're talking about live action anime.
And when it comes down to it, like,
I haven't seen a whole lot of them, but almost all the ones I've seen are garbage.
Yeah, and then what's crazy about One Piece, like, I've seen some of the actual episodes on Netflix, but most of the time I'm reading them, and it's a silly, non-serious kind of
that shit is hard,
ridiculous pirate show.
I'm gonna give them a little boost, for being one of the first ones to get this shit somewhat right.
Yeah, they got it right, and then honestly they enhance a lot of the things because there's so much filler, there's a lot of things. And so they did cut out a lot of the parts that they were able to skip through. So I think I'm going to give this a 9. I think this is an excellent series, and I think that this isn't serious, right? If you're looking for like serious drama, you're probably not going to get very much of it. It's kind of ridiculous all over the place, but I think it's just an enjoyable watch.
I agree with that. A 9 for me. It's a great pirate show. I was like, I haven't seen an amazing pirate show in a while, and this is like ridiculous. I love like the B movie schlock, and this is like. The sets are great. Every set that like I'm introduced to, they break down every new character that's on board. I love hearing about their backstories. I'm not annoyed with anyone. And they go on amazing adventures as well as telling great stories.
Yes.
This is like one
Sanji
of the best.
can be annoying in the anime, but he's a smooth motherfucker here.
He's way
love
less
Sanji in this. I'm a little disappointed with Usopp. I don't know enough about the anime. I'm like, this guy's fucking useless. Is he useless in the anime too?
That's it. No, like I said, I don't find anyone annoying, but this one just kind of feels off. But I'm not annoyed.
He is strengthened by the one episode where there's like a little bit of a will they, won't they kind of love thing, which I read was not 100% go hit the gas on this relationship between these two, and I'm like, oh, good for him. They actually give.
I wanted him to have a bigger.
I want him to have a bigger role to get it. Get it. Did you say nose?
Yes.
No.
If they do that with Buggy,
Buggy is cool,
that
man. I don't know how Buggy. Like they made Buggy, I think, darker in this, and it works
very much
so
a joke.
Well,
so like they fleshed out way more.
It's so cool, the theme, and it makes me excited if they go that creative for one of the devil fruits and this weird little clown. Yeah, he just fucking exists. It is a fucking pirate clown. What are you going to do about it, motherfucker? You're going to watch it is what you're going to do.
There's some wild,
fucking
wild powers.
I cannot wait to see some of these other devil fruits. And that's what's so exciting about this series.
Like next season, if there's a next season, you see them.
They better be. Nice. Everyone watch it.
So I'm going to go with a 9 out of 10. I don't feel we're at a 10 yet. There's potential for them to do it maybe in season 2 or something. Maybe individual episodes can hit it. I just think that the episodes range from 7 all the way up to 9, and it goes back, it bounces back and forth, and then so maybe an 8. But I think I'm grading where it's like, wow, this difficulty was high.
Comparatively to Bebop and Death Note,
a lot of these things. So I'm giving them that extra bump just for coming out of the gate, swinging. So good on you guys. All right, so let's go and before we wrap up or try to go into individual episodes, let's talk about the main cast because you gotta get your cast right. Alex, what did you think of Luffy?
I want to know what happened between flashback little kid Luffy and grown up Luffy. Did he go down to Mexico for 10 years because he developed this accent that wasn't there before? It was kind of silly.
I was wondering if I was going to be canceled because I'm like the accent is not working for me. It doesn't work. It's like so you don't like the way the actor talks? It's like, well, Luffy doesn't really talk like that. Oh, so you motherfucker. It's
Well,
like,
you didn't have it as a kid.
It sounds weird, and it gets in the way. Now I hear that the Japanese actors, I'm not kidding. The voice cast for One Piece is the voice cast for the Japanese subtitle, or for the Japanese version. They dub them over with the cast in the anime, and so I immediately went to Netflix and I went to the there's no alternate audio. I'm like, what? Where is that? Did I dream this? Chat, chat. Fucking YouTube comments. Put down there. How do I listen to the original? I want to watch it with the original Luffy. Because he has such a unique voice. And I think it's because the original Luffy is just so iconic in his voice. I don't watch One Piece, Dragon Ball, but one time Goku met Luffy, and I remember what he sounded like. And I'm like, that's unique. And he doesn't sound like that here. He sounds a little weird. But he has everything else, I think, the actor.
Yes.
The enthusiasm, the unbridled, the intense loyalty and sense towards his friends. You want to piss off Luffy, you fuck with his friends, and his crew. And his single-mindedness about being the Pirate King, it's endearing stuff. So you like Luffy?
Yeah, I think they changed him a little bit, like in the in the anime and in the manga. He's a little bit more aloof, and he's almost like accidentally doing the right thing a lot more than he is here. Mm-hmm. But I think this works better for people who haven't seen are not experienced with it.
There's more.
It's almost it wouldn't be believable. You'd be like, man, that guy's a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
if he's
kind
like
of a little bit of a dick.
But he's like, again, he's accidentally doing the right thing, or if you are threatening his friend, he's doing this thing. So there's a lot of little changes, and I think for the most part, they
there's ups and downs, and they raise some of the ups, or they raise some of the downs, and it strengthens him. I still prefer, I think, the animated version, but I think that this is a great alternate.
I was gonna say that whenever he started talking, I was like, wait a minute.
What accent is that? What I don't know where he's from. I want to know
Mexico, I think.
This guy. Really? Okay. Next character. Let's talk about Nami. One of you guys talk, or I'll get canceled if I say it.
I think she did a great job. Like I said, I've only seen a couple episodes, so I don't really have enough of.
20-year-old Mexican, yeah. Okay, so Nami, I think, was well cast. She's attractive. Her.
I know what you're gonna say.
What, Alex?
What?
What?
I'm just done. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Explain to me.
Did you want it to be more sexualized?
No, huge locks of land are missing.
It's pre-time skip.
Okay, no. So I looked this up because I was like, there's something missing here, and apparently there's nothing missing. This is what it is. So at the beginning of the anime, she's relatively normal looking in the chest department. And over time in the anime, every season it would get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think it was a joke. I think even the animators got in on it.
It's like, I want to do it until somebody starts noticing.
So I want it. I want it to happen in the live action. I know it's childish, it's juvenile, and it's horny jail. But I want it to happen in the live action. How cool would that be? That they're even, paying homage to how that got ridiculous. So her boobies aren't as big as they are in the anime, but it doesn't matter because everything else is well executed. They even make her a little bit of a good fighter. She didn't initially fight at that level right at that moment in the arc, but when she's contributing with her staff, great. So I actually think you're elevating Nami. Now, the moment where she's stabbing herself and the reveal, I don't think works quite as well.
They changed it pretty wildly, and I don't know how if I like that. I guess we'll talk about when we get to that episode. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's the one thing. But I think Emily Rudd. Emily Rudd. That has no relation to.
This is Paul Rudd's great granddaughter. Because that man is eternal.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Okay. What about Zoro, Joe?
Amazing. I love this guy. He's such a badass, very stoic, but he's got a heart of gold.
Yep. I think of all of the cast, Zoro nails his character the best.
I thought it was going to be the dumbest because, like, you're telling me this guy's going to put a sword in his mouth. This is going to look stupid
In live action.
It was fine.
In live action, I was like, that is going to look stupid.
That was with
but
Luffy,
it actually
too.
looked all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with Luffy, too.
it
It's
wasn't
like,
good.
Where does the third one go?
It's fine. Yeah,
Where does
butt
the third
cheeks.
one go?
He's squeezing his butt cheeks.
Yeah.
It blocks the
Three
back.
sword style, baby.
Yeah.
Usopp, boisterous, noble, motherfucking liar the whole time. He tells everybody he's been on these adventures. He ain't done none of that shit. A marksman. I'm still sus. I wish they would have given him 1 or 2 more scenes where he is an actual sniper or an actual marksman. But maybe that's going to be his arc.
Kind of did that, like he was practicing and hitting all his shots. I was like, all right,
yeah, but I
sure,
wanted
that's
it
all he
more. I
does.
want a little superpower, and I think obviously they do that in the anime eventually. So we could have an arc here, but right now I kind of find him lackluster.
Yeah, and honestly,
I find you unacceptable.
episode 1 and 2 were great, and then episode 3 actually took a little bit of a dip for me. And I was like, man, there's other things that could have been done in here, and so it's like I don't know if he got the same treatment that everyone else did.
Yeah, and then we go to Sanji, who was introduced kind of late into the season, but you know that's how it is, and I fucking loved it. I love the cooking. I love the restaurant. I love the backstory. That shit got me emotional. Honestly, if I remember right, I think I almost teared up, you know, because like
his backstory.
His backstory is so good, dude. That fucking pirate, you know, and he gave him the bag of food, and he gave him all the food. That shit is, and then Sanji, the loyalty he has to, and then he's like, he's a good fucking dude with a good heart, and that comes through so well here. He's fucking suave. He's a good-looking actor too. Bill,
Motherfucker could fight.
Fight with his, you know,
He started training.
Kicker.
I think what I read is he started taking like cooking lessons, and he's got his black belt and like all this other stuff because he wanted to become him.
Well, he became him.
He
Taz,
did.
Skylar, you
need to
did
cook.
amazing. You deserve to be commended.
Yes.
As I think you elevate that character. So, mwah. He does flirt with her a little bit, but it's not quite as annoying as it is in the end. Like, he's nonstop.
He's a sex pest.
With Nami. Yeah. And here, he's not necessarily a sex pest. And he does hit on others.
Yeah, he was flirting with his sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that he flirts with. Well, he does that in the series too. But you know, I immediately was like, "Are they going to get together?" And I looked it up. Are they getting together? No, it's a running thing that you know even if he could get together with her, he's still going to womanize because that's just his thing.
That's his character.
Anyway, so great there. What else? Kobe. Kobe is elevated in this cast. So Kobe is like a little cabin boy of the Alvida pirate who dreams of joining the Marines. I think this was kind of a little throwaway thing. Not a throwaway thing, but a fun thing in one of the early seasons. And they built him up more.
Yeah, it's a lot of, it's a ton more, yeah.
And I think that works. I actually like Kobe here. I think it works because it gives us more context into seeing what the Marines are doing in the Marines' world. And because the Marines are tied into Luffy so much now with a reveal that we'll talk about in a bit, that we need an eye into that world that makes more sense. And Kobe can be that. And I like it. And I hope we see Kobe again.
Yeah, I liked it too. Most of these characters is like, let me see their.
He had the biggest glow up. You know, he's like the little.
Because I saw two. I was like, wait a minute. I saw the younger version.
I'm curious if they'll recast this motherfucker, Morgan Davis, because I checked to see what does he look like later on. Yeah. He's all like handsome and badass. I'm like, are they gonna recast? I'm like, no, they're gonna use the same actor. They might get rid of his glasses and like make him look all angular or working out.
He's kind of skinny right now.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Gotta get on that Hollywood diet.
I'm curious. What else? Monkey D. Garp, the Vice Admiral in the Marines. Luffy's, well, we'll just say it. He's Luffy's grandfather is revealed there, and I like that. And Kobe's mentor. This guy does a great job. It's fascinating to watch him. And Buggy the Clown, also very well done by Jeff Ward. I don't know how like you said,
He's treated more like a joke, but so they made him like more serious, and they kind of I think he's got way more screen time here.
Yeah, and even like people like Axehand Morgan, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, this fight is gonna be stupid. This is gonna be ridiculous. But it actually was all cool. It was cool, you know. And they're fighting, and I'm like, wow.
I didn't think it was anything that was too cheesy or anything. I thought it was.
And then the cheesy parts are kind of like it's supposed to be cheesy. We are in a cartoon animated kind of wild world, and I like it a lot.
I mean, paying respects to the character and the character's backstories, and like it comes off more authentic, because that was one of the biggest problems that I had with something like Cowboy Bebop, where they try to do the same thing, and they take a character like Faye, who is so reluctant to have any sort of human contact because she's been betrayed so many times, and in the show that's like, oh, first opportunity for to have sex with someone, she jumps on it, and it's like, you have no idea what you're doing with these characters, and you're betraying who these characters are, and you're doing your own thing. This, they stay so close to it, and there are changes, but it's always kind of true to what the characters want to do, and I think a lot of it is you have the creator on board for it. And maybe they learned some lessons from the failures of others. I'm hoping.
Maybe.
But
these guys are not full of themselves. They're like, I'm going to read that feedback. I don't want that to happen to my show.
Well, they didn't want to take something and make it their own. It's like, no, it's already there.
And then the cheesiness and the overtop, it definitely does look cheesy and ridiculous and stupid, but I love it anyway. Like, for example, Mihawk. Mihawk looks fucking ridiculous.
How dare you?
But I love him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he's now like my favorite character. I'm like, I don't know what happens to this guy. I hope like he's a reoccurring part of it. He's just so badass. He fucking takes out a tiny little. He defeats Zoro.
That's
And
just
he
like
pokes him with
He
it.
goes,
I saw that. It's like,
This
no
is
fucking
amazing.
way. This is great.
This is-
fucking great.
How can you not like that? How can you not like that? So I want him to be a long part of it. Arlong is one that I'm like, I look at his makeup and I'm like, this looks kind of dumb.
But how else?
But right. So ultimately, I excused Arlong, and it works for me.
I didn't mind him. The other one was kind of like a little bit weirder.
The
He was
blowfish
like,
guy?
No. that
Oh,
one too. He looked like fucking Carrot Top now.
Oh.
He looked like
Oof.
Carrot Top. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You do.
Stay away from lip fillers, friends.
Yes.
Yeah, so then the first captain is this fat lady, like
So with an
Alvida or
A,
something.
yeah.
She's like oogly. And I looked up the anime and I'm like, yeah, she's oogly.
That's
But
what
then
I loved
apparently
about
She
it.
comes
though.
back.
She
comes
glows
back.
up.
Yeah, she comes back.
And I hope they recast. I swear to God, if it's the same fucking lady, I'm gonna be like, don't fucking do this. Don't do
I kept
this.
doing that too. I was like,
Don't
looking it
imply
up, I
though.
was like,
We can't
oh, that's good.
disparage
I
our
love the
actors.
casting
We
on
can't.
this.
We can't. Yeah. But she better come back as like the hottest fucking chick ever or something. From what I've seen, I have no context for any of it. How did she change?
Same.
I don't know. I don't. But all I know is that I want them to stay true to what was there.
Yeah.
Anyway, because that's what they've been doing this whole time. So I think I covered pretty much all the important characters. Did I miss anybody? Oh,
The bladed guy. What was it?
bladed guy? No, I got him.
Oh, the butler.
The butler.
Yeah, but that's
The chef is
Kahador.
amazing. Chef Zeph. Yeah,
Zeph.
Chef Zeph. Awesome.
well, actually one of the most what you didn't mention Shanks. Did you guys
Yeah.
like?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the captain of the red-haired pirates, I think he's just a cool guy. It's somebody that I could totally see a young kid looking up to.
They cut his best scenes.
Yeah, what?
His best scenes are cut. Like
Oh.
he is such. So all the thing where the bandits like make fun of him, and he's just like he doesn't care about them because they're insects
I
compared to
like
him.
that. I like that he's like he's even cleaning and stuff.
Yeah, he does all that stuff, but then there's like
Okay.
another interaction that it's just like one of the coolest fucking things, and they just cut it for no reason.
Damn, what was it?
And so he's standing there, and a guy pulls a gun on him, and he's like, he has this monologue about guns, and he's like, guns are for action. And then the guy looks at him and goes, huh? And then you hear there's a gunshot, and then you see that his other friend, the guy who's eating the meat, has shot the guy and just shot him in the face. And it's just like, okay, so it's like explaining, like, we don't fuck around. It's like,
Yeah,
you can
they
make
don't
fun of all
fuck
you
around.
around, but like, we will kill you. And then they kill all of them.
They're dangerous.
I still like
Fuck.
that scene. He's just like,
Oh, and he does that, yeah.
I was like, wait, does
That
he have
was
some
good.
cool powers?
I
Like,
thought
okay,
he like a
He, has-
devil fruit.
he can finger blast?
Does he have devil fruit powers? He's got to. His fucking arm got gnawed off.
It's a clean cut.
No, because he jumps in after to Luffy to save him.
Yeah, but he saves him from one of these fucking sea whales monster. That's fucking cool. Oh, that's his devil fruit. He's got to have some kind of powers because he does to get it to back off. So I love it. Yes. And I think that clearly they're setting up an encounter between these two, right? You got to fight your mentor or something for the One Piece. So I'm here for it. Yeah. So we forgot about that.
But I think we had all the other main characters.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get to the individual because I think I was a little disappointed with the Nami backstory. I guess her sister Nojiko and the whole motivations behind turning against and just being kind of a bitch. I don't know if I buy it, but I guess maybe it works better in the anime. All right, so
episode 7. I think
episode 7.
Yeah, that's hers.
All right. Well, let's see here. Where we at? So there's only 8 episodes. Episode 1 is we get the
Romance Dawn.
Gold Roger Gold or whatever, and that's the whole setup is here. Got the hidden treasure called the One Piece. Everybody goes crazy. And so now we have Monkey D. Luffy, who is wanting to be
a pirate.
A pirate, ends up on the ship of Alvida. And he basically, I love this, where he's just like, why are you being treated this way? He's like from a different universe, right? He's so idealistic and so naive kind of thing.
He grew up with amazing pirates.
Yeah, it rubs off on Kobe, and they're like, yeah, you're funny. And then when he goes and fight, I'm like, man, he better be able to back this up.
Yeah,
and he does back it up. And I'm like, yeah, boy, we get a little fight here, and like. The whole crew's like scared of Luffy. They're like, what the fuck? Because he's doing his rubber thing. What you guys think of the Oh, we forgot to talk about it. We can talk about it now. All the CGI. I mean, obviously he's a rubber man.
Yeah, because whenever he first did it with his cheek, I was like, it's not the best, but yeah.
It works.
It works.
It's fine.
I think it's fine.
Gets the job done.
Gets the job done. Yeah, it's a little ridiculous looking, but it's supposed to be. Especially when he blows up in another. Okay, but anyway, so then he defeats Alvida, leaves with Kobe, and says, "Follow your dreams." So Luffy has this very big thing where he wants to know what your dreams are. He wants you to follow him. How can you not like the guy? He doesn't like the guy. Plus, he's like Goku. He's got Goku in him.
Yes.
He's got. Where's the food at?
He's got his appetite.
Where's the food? We got to be eating right now. So they can bond on that, and they have bond on that. Him and Goku. So then they witness Zoro defending a young girl. Love the scene. Great. They set up this guy awesome. In fact, he actually has a scene which I think happens a lot later where he's like paying respect to. Somebody from his past, and then this guy, number 7, shows up to kick his ass, and he kills him. And I'm like, oh, he killed him. They showed him killing. Good.
There's blood.
I don't want the stupid. Yeah, there's blood, but it's not the anime dark anime blood, the super mature where it's like spraying everywhere.
Yeah.
But I like that they're not afraid to. I thought, oh, well, it's a kid's show or whatever. They're not going to show it.
That's what I thought, too.
A little bit here and there.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it. All right, so then they got to figure out, they got to go to the Marine base. So then he drops off Kobe so he can join the Marines, but also they want to get the map. Because the map to the Grand Line. I don't know what the fucking Grand Line is, but maybe we'll learn what the Grand Line is later. It's like an area where, or no, it's where the One Piece is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's a map to the One Piece, and so near the base, they see basically we know this guy's corrupt, is the son of the corrupt Marine. Oh, we forgot to talk about that guy. Perfect casting for this guy. Like, he has the face, he's just a punchable face.
Fucking
and what's his name?
entitled.
Fuck.
Oh God, what is it? Pull it up real quick.
I got the whole thing here, so I should be able to get it quicker.
Is it that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? You got it quicker?
Helmeppo.
What's his name?
Helmeppo.
That's why we don't remember.
Shit, yeah, because they didn't really say that. So the son of Captain
Axe hand.
Axe hand guy. Yeah, so this is fun. And he just gets embarrassed by Zoro. And, and then we could tell that the captain has been kind of lying about his exploits a little bit. Just a little corruption here. Anyways, he is sentenced to hang for like 7 days in the sun as punishment. But Luffy, who is trying to get the map, frees him. And I love their encounters. And then Nami, who's also on the same objective, little fucking thief burglar who's after the map. And then they work together. Just great, fun, hijinks, wonderful. They end up running into the captain, and they fake the thing. And eventually they do get caught, and Morgan's like, let's go. And then we have a fight scene, and they're in the courtyard fighting and stuff. It's great. And they work together rather well. They can't deny that they work together well. Join my crew. And they're like, we're not joining your crew. God damn it, stop asking. And then Kobe
just rubs off on him. Like,
yeah. So that's episode 1. Fucking strong as hell. I would give it like a motherfucking 8.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't get 2. I think 8 is safe. What about you?
Yeah. 8 seems pretty good.
So we had the man in the straw hat. Luffy, Zoro, and Nami are now captured by Buggy the Clown, a pirate who has basically destroyed this orange town. At one point, I think it was Nami went outside and she saw the destruction.
Yeah.
It really affected her. Luffy basically swallows the map real quick.
What? What's so funny about it?
It
it wasn't the gum fruit. It was the guac fruit, huh?
The what?
Huh? Yeah.
What is a guac?
Nothing.
He just swallowed the whole thing.
All right.
He's
Anyways,
being
moving on.
perverted
These
again.
guys
Don't
always
worry.
being perverted. Shanks from Luffy received his straw hat from. He really cares about this hat, and so we learn a little bit about that backstory about how he wants to be the king of the pirates, how he like mangles his fucking face. Because I was like, how did he get that scar? Is he cool battle or something? No, he
did it to himself.
He just did it to himself.
They're like, stop it, and then because he's just always wanted to be a pirate. It's just born.
And
He's
he
just
was
born
aiming
with
for
the
his eye.
desire. Oh, he was aiming for his eye and he missed.
It's the same thing in the. Yeah.
Yeah, again, this is another thing. Like, there were so many of the Shanks stuff that they kind of cut, which was unfortunate. I think the Shanks stuff was working really well.
Yeah, these scenes are amazing. And then Buggy attempts to drown Luffy in a tank of seawater. Is this a weakness I'm not aware
He can't
of?
swim.
Okay, that's what I thought. But is seawater like kryptonite to Superman, or is it not like that? It's just he can't swim.
Yeah, it's like the ocean. The ocean hates you and will swallow you up. But
I think I heard like rubber sinks or something.
Well, it's like all of the devil fruit. If you take devil fruit, the sea hates you and will you immediately. So it's why
Yeah, and they need to clarify that. Maybe they'll do it in the future.
Because there's like a scene with Arlong where he just like splashes him and he's like, ah! And
right.
Like,
I saw that.
yeah.
Like, what?
You can't be standing on your ship because seawater's gonna be splashing you all the time.
That's a dumb weakness.
We're gonna have to clarify this a little bit.
What's going on with that?
Somebody explain. A real One Piece fan explained to it. I don't mean to shit on you.
No, it's totally fine.
But Zoro and Nami kind of escape, and they basically rescue Luffy. We have they're inspired by his just nonstop optimism. They're like, God damn it, we have to fucking save this guy. They're ready to leave him, but he's like, fuck you, He's like, I'm not gonna reveal. Like, he is a man. He has a direction, morals, a code.
But
he's the worst pirate ever, right? And so it's like he's not there to
He's
like.
He's not that kind of pirate, Alex.
That's
I like that line.
Yeah, so it's like he's not that kind of pirate. And they're like, what? And he's like, no, I'm here to free people, help my friends. And they're like, I don't think you know what pirates
that's not
are.
what a pirate is, but I can get
Okay.
behind that.
Yeah.
And that's just this ideal that's great to live up to. It's like Superman. So Buggy, whose chop fruit allows him to split himself apart. So we get this really cool fight scene that I did not see coming. I'm like, what is this guy gonna do? And he splits apart. I'm like, holy fuck! Like, and then
the first one,
obviously
though,
Zoro,
right before that happened, like it's like, oh, this is gonna be an interesting fight. And Luffy just fucking punched. Like, Jesus Christ! Luffy was pissed off. His head just takes off, and then surprise! It's like, all right, that's cool.
That's funny. I was like, God damn, Luffy. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun thing. Oh, he also captures the audience and makes them laugh, and he's got like a sideshow. I like all the stuff around him. It's cool, building him up. And so yeah, they basically have this fight. It's really cool. They work together, and they're like decide, oh, we got to put him in different pieces and close the pieces so he can't reassemble. Clever, because how the fuck do you defeat him otherwise?
Can you burn him?
I guess.
Just throw him in the ocean.
Just throw him in the ocean.
You grab his head and throw him in the ocean. You win.
True. That's the easiest guy. Yeah. That's these weaknesses are a little
Stop
bad.
being so
We
smart,
won't-
Alex.
we won't. We'll ignore it. Anyway, they free the town, and I know I'm missing something. Oh, Zoro has a little side villain here, and I think he has a bigger part in the anime. And he comes back later. This one guy where he's like throwing knives at him.
Kill my
his
brother.
brother.
Kill my brother. But in this, he just kind of punches him and moves on. I think there was an actual fight there that they skipped past. But it's part of condensing it.
They also cut out the dog storyline. Very disappointed in you.
What happened?
They
Have a dog?
Well, there's like this dog in town, and the dog doesn't like them originally, and they have to like overcome this thing. And there's like this Beastmaster. It's a complete whole storyline that they completely cut out.
I
they have
cannot
to.
wait for Chopper. I wanted to bring this up in the other one because that's the one arc I started to watch, and that shit made me cry. Like Chopper's backstory, if they nail that, I don't know how they're gonna do Chopper in live action. I think this is too difficult, and they're going to start fucking it up. Some of the other characters, Joe, that join their crew, I know you don't know them, but if you look at them, they're going to the budget is going up. It's not going down. Right? Because there's one guy that's massively huge, and it just looks ridiculous in live action. There's a skeleton.
That's the one I'm thinking about. I was like, I know we played the game
There's
for
a
a little bit.
reindeer-looking dude that can, to grow to bigger size.
And
He's
it looks
adorable.
even ridiculous in cartoon. You're like, that's what you want to look like? This looks
And
weird.
Chopper, I don't know how they're going to make Chopper look so cute and how he should. So I wanted to bring that up earlier. It failed. I can't wait to see what they do for them, but it could be leading to negatives. Anyways, so
It's gonna be a hard task.
it's a hard task.
What about a
but
super sexy, super old lady? And I'm talking she's wearing like...
Oh, yeah. Joe's going to be into this.
Yeah.
So
she's gonna
she's got
pick
some,
up her
some
pants
boobs.
over
Yeah.
her boobs.
We'll just tuck them into her shorts.
Anyways, so they defeat him, and they bring the time. Meanwhile, Kobe meets with Garp, who deduces that he was with the pirates prior to joining the Marines, so he kind of presses him into service with the Marines, but he wants to be in the Marines anyway, and then he kind of pokes him, and he develops a relationship with him, and he allows him to stay due to his honesty, and he punishes Morgan for lying about the attack on the base, so... He's exerting his power here. And then, so while sailing away, Nami contacts someone about having the map in her possession. So this kind of teases as, oh, we have a betrayal coming up here. She's going to leave the group.
I like their phones.
I had no idea, by the way. I had not seen that part of the anime. And when I was like, she's a part of Arlong? No, that's fucking stupid. That's ridiculous. And she's gonna betray all of her friends, and she does. I mean, we'll get there. But so so what about this one? I think this one was even better. This is what got me like convinced. I'm like, oh, I'm going. So this was like a 9 out of 10. For
I
me.
agree with
Maybe
that
a
one.
10.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, there's more crazy fruits out there.
Yeah,
Let's fucking bring it
let's
on.
fucking go.
Yeah, I agree with that. 9.
Tail no tails. In need of a new boat, a newly dubbed Straw Hat crew stopped by the Gecko Islands in Syrup Village to see if they can acquire a larger vessel. So we get this whole backstory of Kaya and Usopp. And, he has this habit of crying wolf that the pirates are coming and don't ever come. Then when the pirates come, he's like, fuck, nobody's listening to me kind of thing. You got a sickly rich girl, and who owns this, ship? Because they find some ships, because they want to get a ship. And he's like, well, I'll just ask her for it. It's Luffy, man.
Yeah, nice.
And he's like, I will
you can't
convince her.
just ask.
No, but they get into an adventure, and then this butler. This is so cool.
Freddy
And it's
Krueger.
cast perfectly. I forgot. We could have talked about him.
We did,
Cal
a little
Hador. But it's good to save it for this, because he is cast perfect. I like the way he looks, his assassin is. You said, something's up here. Something's going on.
Yeah, it's like I don't trust this guy.
That's so anime, and they did it well. Elsewhere, Garb is, really bonding with Kobe, and they're like, playing chess, and he's like building him up to be a part of the Marines. And this is clever because it's like Garb is using a chess. He knows that these two are friends. I'm going to use this piece in order to get Luffy and have an advantage. So it's awesome. Finally, and then we have what is these people called? The fucking cook and the fucking maid. They're like the cat gang or something like that.
These were handled very poorly.
Yeah, this was pushing it on their costumes and stuff is hilarious.
Well, they cut out the Clawdor's second in command and Usopp's pirates and all the other stuff here to try, because they have to. But the final fight between like the big cat and Zoro is like legendary, because he gets like hypnotized into being like this super mega monster, and it's actually like a worthwhile fight. But in this, like, this is an episode where it's like, man, I don't.
Well,
like
hold on. The fight is in the next one, but we're kind of just setting it up here,
Yeah.
and then finally, so we get the whole Arlong shows up to kick Buggy's ass, and we realize, oh, there's people out there that are more powerful than Buggy and stuff, and he wants him to go after Luffy, so they do, and so then Luffy and Usopp bond over basically, the knowing his father. In the flashbacks, I think it's the guy with the gun that's his father. So it's like, ooh, maybe Usopp in the future can meet Yasop, and
his deadbeat dad.
His deadbeat dad. Well, Nami meets Kaya, discusses like they have like, she's stealing all their shit, and she's like, I know what you're doing. It's like, okay, like, I don't mind. I would have given it to charity or something, and they form a friendship, and I like that. But Kalidor is revealed to be Kuro, of the Black Cat Pirates, and he kills the lawyer Mary. And I'm like, is that why the ship was called Mary? What's the ship? Their ship
Mary,
called Mary. Go Mary or something.
But Mary doesn't die in the stories.
Oh.
He comes back and he's like, I'm not dead, and gets back up. And
Well, they should have done that, damn it. But I guess they wanted to make it more bloody and dark and stuff, and so they did it here. He's got this power. He's choo, choo, choo. He's like, fucking can teleport and stuff. And Zoro gets knocked out while Usopp runs away to get help. And then he's like crying, nobody's believing him. And eventually Kobe, who he actually believes him. So then that's when we get. So this one this one goes down a tiny bit.
Same.
What are you thinking? I'll go 7.
7.
Yeah.
I like the setup, and I like that butler, and I like the mystery, and so that's what holds it up.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 7 as well.
Okay. Now, finally, number 4. And then we get the resolution of this kind of little thing here. The pirates are coming after getting tossed down a well. Zoro thinks back to his childhood, so we get Zoro's child back up
And
here.
the blade.
His friend Kuina inspired him to be a better swordsman. Usopp brings Kobe and the Marines to the house for help, but Kuro manages to dissuade them. And then Luffy had eaten the poison. He's meant for Kaya, so he's kind of taken out of the picture a little bit. And then Usopp and Nami finally rush to Kaya's aid, who was basically, has trouble believing in all this. It's like, but why? I mean,
because
your best friend is telling you something, and you're just going to ignore him? Well, I guess they have the excuse if she knew that all of his stories were made up. So why are you making this story up?
Well, they really press that Kalidor doesn't want Usopp there at all, and he's like, they're trying to separate the two, and so they're like, you're just making lies up about the butler because you don't like him, because you're trying to separate us.
Yeah.
But
So I guess it works, but we know so much more information that it makes me frustrated with Kaya. But when Nami says it, and then she starts to believe. Yeah. So then obviously they start attacking.
When did you start getting sick? Like,
yeah, he wants to inherit their shipyards, and so then Zoro eventually rescues Luffy from the Marines, and then we get the Sham and Buchi, I guess, battling Zoro. And the fat guy wears a cape and one cat ear.
He's trying to be like half Batman or something. I don't know.
It's Catman, Joe. And then the maid lady turns into the cat ladies on Tumblr. And like, stop it. Stop doing that. It's annoying. But it fits your character, and it fits the crew, and it fits the silliness of the show, and I'm with it.
It's way better than the movie Cats.
And they actually got some moves. They actually made these two actors, which I'm sure have no actual fucking training of any kind, somewhat look like they are battlers. And that's the way this universe should be. So I'm in for it. Anyways, they kick their ass, and the Straw Hats are victorious as Kuro flees the island. He's like rowing away or something. So we may see him again in the future, and it's cool because he's a good villain. All right, so because of this, Kaya gives them the ship. Going Merry is what it is. So they name it, and almost in honor of the dead guy. But I wonder, I guess maybe they named it that because it just there's just sheep, and that other guy looks like a sheep. So
Yeah,
but he didn't
Like,
die.
looks
So
like
this is, anyways, and I like the fact that he loves his ship so much, and he considers the ship a part of the crew, and we are on our adventure. And I really like the final thing where they're out to sea, and he's like, woohoo! It's like, it's adventure time. And then Garp begins attacking their ship, and they're like, just when they get their ship, that's when his grandfather shows up and reveals that he's his grandfather, and they smash the black. So this one, after stumbling in the last one a little bit, goes right back up for me. I think about an 8.
Yeah, same with me. I love Zoro's story. It was good.
Yeah.
I like hearing his the swords and stuff. And
7. Still a little bit of the sting from the last one, and then I think that the cat stuff wasn't handled super well.
All right, episode 5.
Easy.
Eat at the Baratier. So I love the Baratier, boy. Luffy manages to deter the Marines by bouncing a cannon off. They're like, what the fuck?
I didn't know you could do that. And he's like, well, I didn't know how you do it.
So then they escape through the fog, and then the crew is like kind of like looking at Garp, like questioning him, like, why are we doing like this? And but he's like, he rallies his crew. Oh, it's actually Kobe that gets Garp to like go harder or something. So there's that little subplot. He's like, no, that's not what I meant. As the crew question Luffy's family connection, they end up at a floating restaurant, and they're like, let's get some food. So they meet the chef. And then they meet Sanji, who has a strong love for cooking. I thought of Alex. He's making all sorts of really delicious dishes that are fancy.
But I'm forced to feed.
Get the fuck. What is this shit?
No fish, no vegetables, no onions, no seasoning, no spice.
So do you agree with him? Oregano's for savages?
No, oregano can't be used very well.
Oregano's for savages. I hate oregano. Well, it's, I guess, in moderation, it's good. So, yeah. And then it basically... the owner, Zeph, puts him to work because Luffy eats so goddamn much, and they don't have enough for the bill, and they're incapable of paying. So he's a dishwasher, and so that's how he kind of gets to know the crew and gets to know everybody. Meanwhile, Garp hires Warlord Dracul Mihawk, like Dracula with a sword. And I love this scene. This is a quick way, like I'm sure this is probably like multiple episodes that, and that they condensed into a single fight scene where he's like kicking some other dude's ass, some pirate guy. And it was well done. He's like on the phone, like, yeah. It's like, I like this guy. This guy
slashes and something explodes. Like, what the fuck?
He looks stupid as hell and cool at the same time. I don't understand it.
Only a look he could pull off.
Only a look he
no,
could pull
I don't
off.
think anyone else
in live
can.
action. In the anime, it probably looks better, but it still looks cool as fuck. And that big ass sword is so awesome. Anyway, Colby overhears that, and he informs this. He's starting to realize that the Marines aren't the Marines that he thought. They're kind of using bullshit tactics and underhanded things. They're working with one of the 7 warlords of the sea. So that's how big this guy is, Mihawk. He's one of the 7 warlords, which I love. I love like the 7 deadly sins and like knowing that there's really powerful people out there. And he's only one of 7. I want to know what the other 6 are. So, yeah, and then he arrives, basically. Luffy sticks up for Sanji when Zeph is basically refusing to let him cook, and and he appreciates that. And you can see that Sanji has a good heart. Somebody comes in needing food, they immediately feed him. They don't think he's a liar or whatever, and he actually lets them in on a key piece of information. So it works out. You help people, and good things can happen. Anyways, Mihawk arrives and to take Luffy in, but Zoro is like, oh shit. I was like, isn't Zoro going to challenge him? Because I heard that they said this is the best swordsman ever. And so I was like, is that what they're going to do it? They did it. They didn't ignore it. They said, no, I'm going to take you on right now. And it's like, well, Zoro, maybe this is too much. No, I'm going to get him right now. And then I'm going to prove I'm the greatest. And then the most amazing scene happens where he gets stabbed. He doesn't even draw the thing. He stabs him. But then he's like, wow, you keep getting up. You know, I respect that. I'm going to kill you with the big sword. You will have the honor to die at, I forget what the sword's name is, but it's cool as fuck. And so he gets his ass beat, basically. And to prove he's the greatest. And so the crew is down. The crew is like, wow, fuck. And they're kind of blaming Luffy for letting him do it because he's like, oh, this is your dream? Yeah, go for it, you know. Nami considers running away but changes her mind. Zoro just loses. But Mihawk decides not to kill him. And when he sees all their determination. So I'm like, I like this guy. And that's it. And then Zoro kind of falls unconscious. And so because of this is like, I think this is a 10. This is a 10 for
I was
me.
going to go a 9 for this one.
There's so much they cut out, but it's really good. There's like an entire separate pirate that shows up. That's just a badass that they all fight. But yeah, I think this one is really excellent. This is like where I knew that
Love Zoro.
they had they had everything kind of figured out and they were going to be as faithful as they can. So yeah, I can see giving it a 10.
Woo! I did 10.
Yeah.
All right.
But come
Number
on, stop
6.
cutting shit out, assholes.
Yeah, we want more. It's hard because
They're
this
like,
would
you
be
want more? Go fucking watch the anime.
You want more? Go watch it.
Let's
Give
go
us some more
play
money.
You made me
on
sit through
Netflix.
2 episodes of fucking Usopp, and you're cutting out like some of this good stuff
Usopp
here.
is a little boring.
Yeah.
So the chef and the chore boy, this backstory made me tear up. Love it. Zeph is treating Zoro's wounds. He's unsure where he's lived. Nami is convinced to kind of speak with him and to kind of tether him to life and basically admit that he's pushing his friends away. And then at the same time, Sanji tells about his backstory. And his dream is to find the All Blue, an area of the ocean where there's like so many exotic ingredients and fishes and
that was
spices.
Zeph's too.
It's
yeah.
like, man, I want to go to the All Blue. I love going to restaurants and trying different things. And Kobe learns, though, that Garp and Luffy's connection, he's like listening in on Mihawk, and then they basically, I don't know how he feels. He feels like, talk a little bit about this, Alex. You know, this
Like the feeling of betrayal.
Kobe thing, yeah.
I mean, so he finds out that the world government is like pretty much sanctioning the 7 warlords, saying like, look, you stay away from all the big places and we'll let you do all your horrible pirate shit, but like you got to manage all that stuff. And it feels like a betrayal of, he's thought that the Marines are all good and like taking care of everything and hunting down all pirates, and it's just not the case.
Yeah.
And so
That's
he's
just the way
having
it is.
he's having to figure out how the world actually works because he's an idealist and it just doesn't work in a world of pirates.
But I like that Kobe still sticks to his loyalty of this new friend, and he actually convinces Garp that Luffy is always a pirate and he's not going to change. And he kind of decides to kind of lead the Marines into capturing him, right? So maybe he doesn't have to kill him; he can just capture him. So Arlong then suddenly appears at the Baratier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Baratier, and his crew members Chu and Kurubi in search of Luffy. And I'm like, oh shit, we're already coming to head. I didn't expect like another fight. We just had Mihawk. Usually these animes build to these arcs where it's like it takes another 15 episodes to get to another
It is
fight.
fast. Like I said, they even cut out another entire pirate fight.
Oh damn. Well, I wonder what that guy looked like. I want to see all the crazy pirates. So then they fight, and then having taken Buggy's head as hostage to find him, they figured out that he hid the ear, busts into the restaurant like he owns the place. And I'm like, all right, this guy has the aura about him that I believe that he's dangerous as fuck, even though he looks ridiculous with this.
Yeah.
Wouldn't say it to his face, though.
No, I wouldn't say so. Luffy is beaten to a pulp. He's just basically Nami basically has to reveal herself as a member of Arlong's crew in order to kind of stop it. And
So it's not worth you killing him yourself. Let the ocean do it. And so he just drops him in.
so he drops him, and I'm like, oh no, he's gonna fucking drown. But our boy's fucking Sanji all fucking ripped too.
That's what happens when you cook all day.
You cook all day.
Yeah,
Is that why Alex is so big?
Yeah.
God damn, man, I should start cooking.
Me too.
Yeah,
Use
for me.
microwave.
No,
if I get
the
smaller.
actuality is that he be a fucking fat motherfucker with all the food he eats. I don't know how this is happening. Anyways, he saves them, and she betrays the crew and leaves, and then Luffy is feeling down, like he failed, but Zoro regains consciousness, and they convince him to go after Nami, and Zeph convinces Sanji to go ahead and leave, and he basically convinces him to join the Straw Hats. This is where obviously also the episode with the sad backstory. And Zoro and Usopp question, how exactly are we going to find Arlong? And Luffy reveals that, well, I stole Buggy. So Buggy is head, and so he's got that. So I love the backstory. The backstory kind of holds this one up. Go 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I would say 9 out of 10 for me too. I really like the backstory, and also Luffy, like his delusion. He was being delusional. It's like, oh, he's gonna wake up, but he's just like denying like something's gonna happen to Zoro, and then he finally wakes up. And just, I guess the toll on him it takes is like you're the captain now. You have to make tough decisions.
Yeah.
Like this stuff is gonna happen. That's great.
Yeah, it gets a 9. This is one where Luffy said he wasn't hungry though.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you know shit is serious because his friends are fucking hurt.
You can eat on the
I
road.
love it.
You can
no, Alex, this is
fit.
fit. Finally, number 7, or not finally, second penultimate, the girl with the sawfish tattoo. We get her backstory. Luffy and his crew arrive at Konomi Island and learn that the Cocoa Village is under constant rule by Arlong and his pirates. They locate Nojiko, Nami's adoptive sister, who reveals that the two of them lost their adoptive mother to Arlong. Is that the way it is in the thing? Are they adoptive or are they actual sisters? Did they change it here? Okay, so then Garp arrives at Baratier and demands answers, but we're skipping ahead, so hold on. So, she's acting like a bitch. She is even the one that's collecting all the money, and they all hate her because it's like, how could you fucking do this? And then to get the added context of her mom literally sacrifices her life in order to save her 2 children, and she's going to go and work for the person that killed her mom. I'm like, no, fuck that. This is bullshit.
Yeah, it's changed then.
The show was intense. I was like, holy shit. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe comes clean about Garp's relation to Luffy as a bartender, informs them where Luffy is. So then they are going off. And then Arlong is revealed to be paying off the captain, a Marine captain, Nezumi, to keep quiet about it. And then, he's like, all right, come with me. Let's do this privately. And I'm like, oh, he's going to kill him. But he doesn't kill him. He goes on this speech about being oppressed. So they're drawing a parallel. Like, the fishmen in this world are the minorities and being oppressed and slavery and building all this shit. And so they're drawing parallels like that. Is that in the manga and anime?
They're like quadrupled down here.
Okay, I thought it was I thought it was in the anime, but I guess
they mention it. It's just like fish people not having like the same rights and being looked down on, but it's not. I mean, he went on like 4 or 5 speeches about it.
Yeah, but if that's really the case, then it kind of strengthens his point of view, where it's like, okay, I understand your motivation. If everybody's gonna be fucking treating you like that, well then fuck them. Let's try to change. Try to do this. So I don't know. I guess it maybe strengthens a little bit of the Arlong's character motivation. So so as they're doing the paying off, it sets off Arlong because he gets pissed off, and then the captain's like, "Hey, you can have the money back. I'm okay," because he just doesn't want to.
A little bit extra.
And then but once they leave, they learn that Nami actually she has enough money. She keeps wanting to talk with him. She has enough money to do the secret thing. What's the secret thing? 100 million berries to pay him off to save the village. So, and he learns about this, and he's like, hey, bring that captain back in here. And so it shows so when she goes to pick up the money, the motherfucking captain's there, and he's like, we're going to take all your money. And this is a heart-wrenching scene because it's like, obviously she did all of this, her sister fucking hates her and all this to try to save everybody. And she has to hold it all in. And then to lose it all in an instant. I mean, that's really, so when I talk about it, I feel the gravity of it now. But I don't know. Maybe it worked. I wanted it to work even better. And then angered at the end of a rope, Nami asks Luffy for help. And he affirms that he will help her. And I think this is the moment where she's stabbing herself. And then Luffy grabs her and stops her. And you just see this look on Luffy's face. And it's like, wow, that's fucking perfect. And then he actually takes the hat, puts it on her. And he didn't even need to say anything. Well, he does say, I'm going to help you, but he didn't need to. Boom. And that's all you need. If Luffy gives you a straw hat, that you a part of the crew, and he's going to do whatever is necessary to help you. I got your back. So he's going to go fight Arlong where he lost previously. So great episode. Another great one. I'm going to go 9 out of 10. I want to go 8 out of 10, actually, because, I don't know. Reading it, and then all the extra context I got from the anime, looking up stuff and stuff, but I think the execution is a little weak.
You spoiled it for yourself, though, because usually you don't really
I'm going to go 8.
I'll go with the 9. Yeah, because I didn't look up anything, the other stuff.
Like how it happened.
Yeah, you have more content, and obviously you do too. And then well, they missed this. It's like, I don't know what they missed.
Yeah, I'm trying
me watching the first time, fucking loved it.
Yeah, I'm trying to give it as much of a fair shot on its own as I can. But I think I'm going to go 8 as well.
Okay, final episode 8, Worst in the East. This is the people of Cocoa Village decide to unite as the Straw Hat crew face off against Arlong and his fishermen. And they just burst in. Sanji's doing the fucking kicks. Motherfucking Zoro's doing the swords, and everybody's contributing. Luffy goes and you're right. Usopp. Motherfucker's like, yeah.
Again, I don't know how he is in the anime.
I don't know how he is in the anime either. Like, I would imagine that eventually, because you know how they call out their attacks, eventually he'll get some attackers like super sharpshooter, but he doesn't do none of that shit
he
here.
Did once.
Well, we're about to get to it. So he doesn't do any of that initially. He runs off, and the guy's running after him. Takes out one person goes after him while everybody's fighting. And, Luffy goes and confronts Arlong and basically refuses to yield, and they're fighting, and it's cool. And then I guess Usopp finally gets his moment. Joe, go ahead.
So he's fighting Carrot Top.
Yep.
Carrot Top keeps doing fireballs or something, and he has this little bomb. He's like, bullets aren't going to hurt me. He's like, well, no, but the whiskey that you have will. Calls out his, I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, he does a call out on his move.
Calls it out, shoots a bottle, explosion.
Hey, I defeated one, and then nobody sees me. So now it could just be another one.
It's like no one's gonna believe you again.
So I like that part. That's cool. And yeah, he basically defeats Arlong. He's like, well, I may not be able to beat you, but I'm gonna tear down everything that you built. And I'm like, that's smart. And so he's like starting to tear down his buildings and all of his maps that he forced Nami. Because that's why he had Nami. Why is this human with all these fishermen? Well, she's really talented with maps and his plans. So, anyways, as that happens and he defeats Arlong, Garp shows up with all the Marines. And he's going to bring in the Straw Hats. But Luffy refuses to no. And then Garp and Luffy fight with... Garp just dominating him. He's just showing you there are powerful people out there, Luffy. It's like Goku. There's always somebody more strong, and you got to kind of build up to it. But he refuses to give up his dream, and Garp finally is like, he relents. And it's almost like, I like this, because it's almost like, oh, he's not like, I'm going to kill Luffy or I'm going to beat him up. It's like, I'm just trying to teach my grandson a lesson, and okay, he's not listening.
You need to get strong.
Finally relents, and he's like, and honestly, I almost think that he was testing him. It's like, you really want to do this? Let me see how powerful you are. Let me see if you can do this.
If you're ready.
And he kind of decides maybe you're ready. Or maybe not. but maybe you're ready.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a lot of the theme of the first season is like, are you ready? He wasn't ready earlier when he's like stabbing himself in the face, or when he's drinking milk at the bar, or he's doing like he's not ready then. And so it's like this is new, and this is not.
Oh, well,
So
this worked.
They really blew up the whole Gar part in this part.
Yeah, and so revenge for humiliation. Izumi finally puts a wanted poster for Luffy with 30 million berries bounty, and he's always wanted. He's like, he's so happy. About
That's a
the
funny
poster.
picture, dude.
Yeah, and even Usopp's in the background, and then Kaya sees it, and that's and I forgot to say, Kaya and Usopp kiss. So they actually confirmed this romantic thing, and even Oda was like, "Yeah, I guess that works." You know, I was kind of building up to it, and I like the way you guys addressed that, and he allowed it. So they're an item. Anyways, Luffy's wanted poster seen by past acquaintances: Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji.
Mihawk.
They all declare that they are their goals, and they put their legs up on the thing, and they are now the Straw Hat Pirates officially, and they got the flag now because they were doing various designs. Even Usopp had a design. It's like, no, I liked Luffy's design, and I like the design here. It is the classic design. And then that's it. Well, we get a small mid-credit thing where we see a smoky Marine captain.
2 cigars.
And he sees Luffy's wanted poster and then burns it with his cigars. I don't know who this person is. I have no idea. Is he devil fruit? Is he just, I don't know, straight up powerful like Garp? I don't know. But I guess he's another fight that happens in the future.
We'll see if we cut that one out too.
Yeah.
Probably not.
No.
So I really liked it.
Can't
I
forget
want to
the-
go maybe 10.
That one part.
What part?
The Mihawk. He's like, hey, I got something for you.
Oh, yeah. I love.
Like,
Oh, how
Shanks.
can I forget
Yeah,
that?
this
More
guy was like,
Mihawk, more
my
Shanks.
boy's growing up.
Yeah, that's great. So these are all reasons why it
Yeah.
goes to a 10 for me. So 10.
Yep.
10.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping once everyone's doing their thing, Usopp is like, I'm gonna be a brave
Oh, yeah.
warrior.
He says, I'm going to be a brave warrior. So it
Then-
shows
then
that
we'll
he's
get-
not a warrior now.
yeah,
But we'll get there.
We'll get there.
I want to be a
Yeah.
contributing member to this crew.
Yes.
It's like, all right, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you work on
I
that
like.
first.
Start small.
Yeah.
That's good.
Baby steps.
So we like the fact that you're a useless nobody, but you're our useless nobody.
Yeah, he's a great storyteller, so he's there for
Okay.
entertainment value.
Entertainment. Yeah, so I mean, this is the highest potential. Just the moment where it's like, man, we can go anywhere. Obviously we're going somewhere because we have 1,000 episodes that already show you where they go. But capturing a moment in time, this is a great, great show, and you're like, give me more. You better do a season 2. You don't do a season 2 on this, fuck you. You're gonna give money to Witcher to do another 3 seasons or whatever the fuck you're doing. Defund that and fund One Piece, okay?
Can't believe they
If you're
spent so
hurting
much
for
though.
money.
They spent tons of money. I can't believe they spent so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to need to spend even more because the potential of seeing
crew.
Chopper and these other crew members that are wild.
Snow
and-
locations and
and then
inside of a
snow,
whale and all sorts of craziness
whale,
and giants
what
and
none of that
candles
means.
and it's like there's all sorts of wild shit.
And more devil fruit.
And the swan guy.
You're going to need
That sounds cool.
one guy.
Yeah.
So I'm here for it.
Everyone
Please.
go out and watch it.
Do you think that the live action will last as long or cover all of the sagas? There's just no way to
No,
run out of
no.
money or run out of steam before.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy it while you can, and that's why we are at such a high 9 out of 10 on this series. Go watch it, guys. That's it for us. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show.